Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on bad behavior, starring Jennifer Connelly, the gorgeous Jennifer Connelly, still gorgeous, as a woman who goes on a retreat to, I don't know, find herself, and quirky things happen, although I don't really find them all that quirky. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 12 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this is an Alice Englert film. So she's trying to, I don't know, get over her issues, and then this retreat is like a mishmash of every whacked out therapy thing you've ever heard. People can't talk. There's a moment where they have to be coddled like babies so they can cry. There's a lot of talk about youth culture in this scene, as she has to interact with somebody who's younger and I think an influencer. And she kind of doesn't like it. And it doesn't appear that the getaway has any, I don't know, any use. So she's estranged from her daughter, and she's going on this retreat to try to get in touch with her own situations. Oh, Alice Englert is also in it. And she played the daughter, I think. And in the end, there's a scene where she comes to talk to her daughter and says, "Am I a bad person?" And she says, "No, you just have some bad behavior." I don't know. I'm not really liking it. I do like Jennifer Connelly. She has a lot of charisma. Some of the other cast looks okay. I just don't get the message of this film. There's not enough here in the trailer. They're kind of focused on funny moments that aren't very funny. Again, if you're going to do comedy, you have to go big. If you're not going to go big, you got to make sure it's funny at least. And it's got to be relatable in some way. Most people can't afford to go to some retreat out in the middle of nowhere and waste their time for a week while people tell them to do wacky things. You need to sort of bring us in on that. With a couple of lines, maybe this was court ordered, and then we'd be like, oh, okay, she doesn't really want to do it, and that's why she hates it. Or, I mean, there's a hint that she's just kind of a curmudgeon, kind of, or just kind of a jerk, but there's no hint as to why. Alice, there's just not enough data here. I think this guy runs the therapy clinic or whatever you call this retreat, but there's no introduction of him as a doctor, or there's no I think this is another one of the attendees. I don't know who these people are. I kind of know who Jennifer Connelly is, and that's about it. I don't know why she, there's like a lot here that I guess I'm supposed to know, but you're not introducing it to me. I don't go on these retreats, so I don't know what the hell you're doing here. I don't know what goes on them. I would assume a lot of therapy and people saying, oh, you're a good person. I guess. But I don't really know it well enough. You got to kind of spoon feed it if you want anybody other than people who have done this to relate to the movie. So it's just kind of there, and there's a lot of hiking in the woods involved. At some point, Jennifer Connelly gets upset and throws a drink into somebody's face. Here she's crying. Is she crying for real, or is this a joke? I think that's her daughter smoking with a dude, and What's their relationship? Like, give us something to go on here. I got nothing to hang my hat on this trailer, is my problem. Other than Jennifer Connelly's in it. I like that. I like Jennifer Connelly. She's very charismatic. Even just saying normal lines, I'm interested in what she's saying. She looks familiar. I think I've seen her in something before. She's got a little bit of charisma too. But I'm not getting what's going on here. Are the two women vying for the attention of the therapist? Are they do they think the therapy is BS, or does it actually work, or is it sort of halfway in between? This scene, I don't know if I'm supposed to take it seriously or not. I guess not. But I think you need somebody to play it bigger if you want this to be a funny scene. The therapist, I don't know. You need to go bigger. Would be my criticism. If you're gonna make it funny, if it's gonna be a serious drama about this woman's problems, then I need to know her problem. What the heck's her problem? Doesn't seem like she has a lot of problems. Seems like she has nice clothes, a car, and the time to go away for the week. So, if I'm supposed to sympathize with her, I just don't, because I don't know anything about her other than she has some amount of money. I don't know this dude. He seems younger than her, so, normally they would give that role, I think, to an older actor, somebody who was a veteran who could act act circles around the rest of the cast. I think that would have been a way to go, unless you cast a younger guy because his therapy is BS and they're gonna, rage against it. So first act, Jennifer Connelly goes away to find herself, tells her daughter, don't contact me, I guess, during my away time. And the daughter's like, okay, not very into it, love you. Jennifer Connelly in the second act goes to therapy, and I guess it sucks. And there are a lot of people who are supposed to be quirky, and they do a lot of stupid exercises, and I don't know. They videotape some of it, and some of the other patients are annoying, and people bother each other, I guess. Jennifer Connelly becomes annoyed at the whole thing, eventually gets frustrated, and I assume in the third act she just gets frustrated and leaves. Here she's getting a hug. It's delightfully off kilter. For what? What would be on kilter for this? And then she leaves and reconnects with her daughter somehow. What is this? Are they putting on a play? I don't get what's happening in this. This feels like a movie made by somebody who went on a lot of these trips and knows them, and apparently did all this wacky nonsense, and now is doing a movie to kind of satirize it, but I don't know what the hell the message is. You should have spoon-fed this. You should have said, this is therapy. Like a line like that. This is therapy. Don't worry, in a week you'll feel relaxed and all your trauma will be flushed out of you. Something like that. And then I could be like, oh, okay, so this is all designed to get at people's deals. And then, introduce some of these techniques, like, oh, we'll do the baby technique, and we'll do the dressing up in costume technique, or whatever they're called. You got to spoon feed it. If you're going to do a movie about BMX racing, I assume you would explain the basics of it. Unless you only expect BMX fans to watch the damn thing. If I'm doing a movie about comic books, I would explain to you the basics of the world of comics. Within the dialogue, or just straight up narration if need be. if you're going to be oh so subtle to the point at which I don't know this world and you're not explaining it to me, you're just frustrating me while I'm trying to watch the movie. And yeah, I might sit through it for Jennifer Connelly. I have to admit, but you know, there's plenty of other movies with Jennifer Connelly. Anyhow, you frustrate me, trailer. You frustrate me. Let's see if there's a write up here. Oh, good. Lucy, a former child actor, seeks enlightenment at a retreat led by a spiritual leader, Elon, while she navigates her close yet turbulent relationship with her stunt performer daughter, Dylan. Okay, so child actor, didn't get that. The enlightenment, they did mention that. Spiritual leader was not clear. They mentioned Elon, yes. And stunt performer daughter. I mean, I saw the daughter. I didn't know she was a stunt performer. Boy, you missed a whole bunch of stuff there. You missed. There's all kinds of opportunity to do satire with that. When you've got an actor and a stunt performer, could have had them in wacky costumes. Maybe that's what the costumes are. I don't know. Written and directed by Alice Englert, who's also one of the stars. Well, kudos to you for the heavy lifting. And Jennifer Connelly being in the movie with you, but she seems to be the main character. And you don't seem to be giving her Marlon Williams. That name sounds familiar. Don't seem to be giving her much to do. Except maybe here at the end when she says, "Oh, am I a bad person?" Would have helped to gotten a wind up like a former child actor. Okay, show us a clip of the movie that made her famous, maybe, or allude to it or something. Hey, aren't you Lucy from that show? Like, that would have been interesting. At least we'd get a little more of what she... I mean, you don't even have that in the trailer. Former child actor. Stunt performer. I mean, you're missing out. You got it in the synopsis here. Why not put it in the trailer? Bad behavior. I want to see bad behavior. This is New Zealand cinemas, 2nd of November, in Australia, November 9th. Yeah, I'm really scraping the bottom of the barrels looking for movies, by the way. Yeah, it's quite a drought today of trailers. But, okay, I guess this is what passes for cinema in New Zealand and Australia. Is this funny? Does that take place in New Zealand and Australia? There's a lot of woods. Could be Lord of the Rings woods. I don't know. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. We'll be back with more videos later.